So when I was talking about a Gartner study recently, which estimated that as much as 70% of cloud costs are wasted. So this was in a report titled How to Identify Solutions for Managing Costs in Public Cloud, IaaS. So what are your thoughts on this particular startling fact?
The analysts are free to, come up with a couple of studies. But, in all honesty, if the resources are not managed well in the public cloud, then there is much easier way to not use the resources that you pay for. So I think this is something we talk about it a lot with all our customers, and the controls that we have instituted on our platform, including compartments, including quota management. Some are hard and some are soft quota management, and also for customers' ability to integrate some of our reports directly into their chargeback system, so that they can delineate between which business users or which groups or which users are using what resources and how much they are entitled to use. I think our ability to provide all the data back to customers so that they can manage the cloud usage and cloud cost more effectively has been the core foundation of our differentiation to begin with, right? I don't know if you know about the concept of compartments, which essentially logically separates out the resources that are managed on Oracle Cloud. And then on top of it, you can layer in the concepts of quota and cost associated with resources that customers use on our platform. So the notion here, Vignesh, is that we are giving the visibility back to customers so that they don't need to be in a situation that Gartner is referring to.
How do you think enterprises can ensure a clear and well-structured cloud migration strategy is in place? As in, how can they choose what migrates to the cloud, what stays on-prem, and what should also be the sequence?
Depending on customers' ability to embrace cloud for its differentiated capability, or many customers will choose cloud because it's a cloud-first strategy from their standpoint. And some customers really want to get out of their data centers and quickly move everything in the cloud so that they can convert their CapEx into OpEx. But on the other hand, most enterprises are in a situation where they need to figure out a way to build new cloud-native applications. So that means cloud is the way to go. That's where you get started. And then second, customers also want to move certain workloads that are inefficient to run in the on-premise environment, where they can get better price performance, better ability for cross-team collaboration, better ability for you to innovate quickly in the public cloud because you get access to more modern services where your developers can really go start innovating rather than work under the constraints of on-premise.
Now that we've set the context, we'll delve right into the new launch that is happening, the Oracle Cloud Lift services, and what particular pain points in the industry have you noticed and are you trying to tackle with the new services?
The pain point that we are seeing with customers is essentially twofold, right? One, customers are trying to embrace public cloud, but as you started, Vignesh, certifying a public cloud where you know what services to use, what operational controls that you can put for your users to use public cloud so that your costs don't skyrocket, right? What security boundaries and security controls that you put in place so that people work within the guardrails of the enterprise needs, right, is a hard thing to do, right? Sometimes some customers may take somewhere between 6 to 12 months be able to just qualify and certify public cloud, right? It's very challenging for a lot of customers. Second problem space that we see all the time is, especially for Oracle Cloud, they normally tend to pick some of the most complicated workloads, which also have the highest business value that they will deploy on Oracle Cloud, right? When you think about it, then it's the most important workload that you run, but many of your enterprise operators and developers may not have access to or are not educated as much on Oracle Cloud, so they perceive it as a business risk and a daunting task to be able to do it on their own, right? So when we encountered many customers with these two barriers and these two problems, then we said, what if we help you with those, right? From pitch to production, from first day of engagement to the day your application runs in our cloud, where we operationalized a program which we are launching today called, Oracle Cloud Lift program, where Oracle Cloud engineers will work with our customers from designing the application to, running a POC if needed, to actually migrating that application with hands-on keyboard support to be able to seamlessly migrate from their, let's say, on-premises or anywhere it is running today to Oracle Cloud.
Oracle Cloud Services will specifically give your customers an expanded access to technical tools and cloud engineering resources. So very briefly, can you just touch upon what are these technical tools and the resources which your customers will have access to?
I communicate to customers that, look, you make the decision to embrace public cloud, especially Oracle Cloud, for your one or many of your critical applications. Leave the rest to us, right? In terms of we will help discover the applications and we'll discover the dependencies. We are going to put the architecture in place in a way that the functionality and the performance that you experience in the on-prem will be better when it goes to the public cloud. And then, of course, we are going to build a prototype / POC if needed, and we are going to migrate it for you. This is where lots of tooling, processes, and competencies comes into play, where we provide the hands-on keyboard support, including creating a Terraform template so that you can really, start with test, dev, and then production environments that can be seamlessly deployed on our cloud. And then there are a bunch of tools that we use for database, of course, right? Oracle has multiple tools, from Golden Gate all the way to DataGuard to multiple tools that we have developed over the years. We have fine-tuned it in a way that we can use that more effectively. And then for generic workloads, if they were to migrate massive number of, data on a generic storage, or they need to migrate a VM or a VM, we have standardized tools that we use for repeatability and also for making migration go smoother.
Many enterprises still run on legacy systems. So what if their existing architecture is not the right fit for the cloud? So how will Oracle go about helping them out?
I think this is an interesting question, Vignesh, because this is something we have thought about very deeply, unlike other cloud providers, right? So if customers have an old OS running where they may not have the drivers for, right? We have figured out a way to run that on our cloud. What we call that as, the emulation mode, where we kind of emulate the old drivers and make it run on our cloud. Granted, it may not run as fast as our PV-based images and whatnot, or native images, but we can make that functional equivalent possible on our cloud so that customers don't have to go through re-architecting certain applications just because they want to go to the cloud, right? And same thing where if customers have a lot of investment in VMware and they have figured out a way to orchestrate some of the application stack using vRealize on the on-premises environment, if they want to keep the same when they go to the cloud, they can essentially do that, right? In other words, we have figured out a way to run almost all of the stuff that they run in the on-premises that we can we can run it in the public cloud.